Hello, I'm gonna get to my channel, copy the link, and start to analyze something and avoid compromising myself in internet. Not just crying on camera. Okay, so let's go with. Let's make it quick. I have some free time. Today is Tuesday, Dienstag, man würde auf Deutsch sagen, 16. And we have some news. Right now there is a USA important news. How important it is, it has four I don't know, bars, 4 bars, 3 bars, I mean 1, 2, 3. And it is due in 30 minutes. So it is a little bit dark in my room, but it doesn't matter. Nothing matters. Until I have million followers, nothing matters. Oh, it will never matter. My studio is completely fine. This is my best studio ever. Okay. Okay, USA. This might influence charts a little bit. Japan tomorrow. Balance of trade. United Kingdom inflation rate. Important news. They forecast this the inflation is going to be 3%. Fed interest rate decision. Very important news tomorrow. FOMC. It's going to move market like crazy. It would be better to just wait and do nothing. So I guess I'm gonna enter maybe one position today and tomorrow maybe another one after the FOMC. But this is no tomorrow. For me, it is very late. So I'm not gonna enter. I'm gonna enter today. If anything, I'm gonna enter today. United Kingdom, Japan. So Japan, United Kingdom, USA are dominating the calendar right now. Okay. If you are watching me and following me on Twitter, then you can probably know by now that I'm copying the link to my stream and post it on my Twitter. I have 0 views, so I basically speak to no one. But, oh, remember what I said about Bitcoin earlier, that from here it would be probably a good idea to enter a long, and I would be in profit right now. Remember that. This is why the fib measurement is there. So this is crazy, you know, because you have downtrend, a clear downtrend. Of course, it's a clear the only thing that is clear about this, it's a consolidation, that it is in a consolidation. But within this consolidation, we have like smaller elements, which you could say, or which you could call a bearish market or bullish market, like in a smaller fractal scale. And if you have a bearish structure like that, bearish, then expecting this to suddenly change the pace and go in the opposite direction is very risky. But as you can see, not in the case of Bitcoin, because you have to look at this. You have to look at this on a bigger perspective, and this was some important support level, because you could see it twice supporting that range. No, I know it's very boring for some people. I don't want to force anyone to trade. I just want to force myself to trade. It's my personal mission, I would say. And right now, as if right now, there was a setup back then, but there's no setup right now. Of course, you could look at this as if it was a setup, but it's more riskier than it was before. Well, the short moving average has crossed the middle period moving average. There are no similar situation to that. Perhaps in the opposite direction, we would find something. Yes, there is something, you see. Those lines were crossed over there, and the price has retraced a little bit. So in this case, I would go for continuation of the trend, which means that I might probably even consider entering Bitcoin, placing my stop loss somewhere around this place and making it one to two, because this is smaller. This is a lot smaller compared to my previous aim. But this is simply day trading and not swing trading, what I'm doing here, what I'm trying to do here. So basically it's going, either it's going to go into my direction today, or it's going to take a few days to go up there, perhaps 1.5 days. Okay. This is Japanese yen currency index. I wonder if women use ChatGPT as the men do, because I shouldn't generalize right now, because I like to generate some images sometimes. Okay, I should be focusing on my charts and not engaging into self conversation with my alter egos. and of course, reacting on my jokes by myself. There was a teacher, a German teacher that I had, and there was opinion that she laughs at her own jokes, which I usually do by myself. So I don't understand why would someone claim it to be weird, because basically, you know, if you take this idea of being funny, this is completely dependent on situation. You know, if you look at the guy who has audience and who speaks to them and tells them some jokes, which those jokes are actually his life story, and this guy would tell those things to people that are not oriented on a fun, and nobody would even react to that. So I don't have to explain why. No, forget about it. This is going to be troublesome, I guess, if someone. Oh, so we had a flash crash on US Tech. I have some nice idea for US Tech to visualize it. Because I do this visualization lately. You can see on my Twitter if you look there on my profile. You can find the link whenever, if you want, like on my YouTube. So basically, huge volume down, and then steady, steady growth, and of course opening with the gap at Monday, which means there is a super strong pull towards upside. So I would even think that we are going to reach higher levels before we fall down, and it might look a little bit funny. Although I've been listening to Robert Kiyosaki, which I shouldn't probably mention his name. I shouldn't refer to anyone. But I guess this guy is so huge that he's never going to find out that I'm talking about him. So he said that he expects all stock market to crash, and to crash like it never crashed before. And I guess US tech is a part of the stock market, if I'm not wrong. No, there is no opportunity to enter on that. Oh, very nice trend line or whatever this is. You should, I should be doing my trading journal. This is what I can do on MetaTrader 5, I think, because there are all the transactions that I have. And now I can focus on the winning transaction because I have also a few of them. And this is going to be very interesting to me to do so. And of course, I was inspired by some person that I currently am dealing with. I was inspired by this person to make a presentation. And I'm going to make a presentation about my knowledge, and I'm not going to try to sell it. all I can try to do is to gather a little bit more people around me so that they can support me in the trading and we can support each other. But I'm not, well, of course, it would be fantastic to share knowledge together. UK oil. Is it going to break this trend line or not? US oil. The same here. Is it going to break this trend line or not? You know, whenever I look at the charts, I feel somehow unsecure. More unsecure than I felt before. It's because I'm not above this, you know. The oil prices are influencing my life significantly because I'm just a guy who doesn't have a significant amount of money. Every change of price on in the grocery shop are directly influencing my well-being. I'm just a poor guy who likes to look at the charts and thinks that he has time. But at the same time is beaten by the reality of getting older, weaker, dumber. But let's not go this way. Let's not make it a recording that I'm gonna regret later, crying on the camera. The last time I wanted to trade it, it was over there. It wouldn't reach my take profit. And now there's barely some like valid fib formed, other than this one, which is a nice valid 61.8. And then trend continues. Does it mean that it's going to rise or fall? All oil price. Now, just because of this, no reaction to the lowest point, the lowest middle point, but this trend line and like possible reaction to that. Perhaps this might be a good place to count on a bounce, but I won't do it. S&P 500. I never traded this before. As you can see, the chart is clear, and I never had a single trade on the S&P 500. Now this has like two options, in my opinion. It's going to go up. But there is no right place to enter other than this candle. Like the gap could be perhaps we could incorporate some different trading methods. Listen, look, volume, huge volume on this one candle, right? And the price is back to the volume. Gap, gap. I don't know. I really don't know. The prices revisited that place. I don't know. I just know a few things in my life. And I shouldn't be coming back to work ever again in my life. Only after I really feel like I have to. Or for some different reasons. Perhaps some random reasons. But I'm not sure about entering this S&P 500. German 40. This is some clear consolidation. German market is currently experiencing. I'm sorry. I also never traded German 40. I tried to trade it once, but it wasn't probably, it was a paper trading or something. I didn't mark this with a green horizontal line. I don't like this trade, this chart, because it doesn't respect fib. Perhaps on a 15 minutes. Look, once there was something. See? At Friday, late at Friday, you could enter without a confirmation because this gap was like a very bullish candle. So at Monday, seeing that, you could potentially enter, taking this as a huge engulfing candle. I'm reading a German book about stock trading. I'm still reading it. Reading all different books at the same time. That's why probably it takes me 1 year to read one book. If you are reading 100 books at once. Look, this would be nice. So 15 minutes on a DAX, perhaps, would be great. And look, another opportunity on 15 minutes. Like if you take this from the wick, then okay, it's distorted. But if you forget about the wick and just measure candles, then you have a perfect 61.8 and a reaction. I guess I should be looking more at DAX German 40. It gives a lot of opportunities, but this is going to be tight trading. And look, 61.8. If this were a very tiny, trading, like tiny pips, it would be successful. It's strange. Even in a downtrend, it presents with the opportunities for longs. Then look here as well. So this is perhaps how I'm gonna get my money out of Germany, not by work, not by heavy duty work, simply by taking from the markets. And I'm gonna let the city know. No worries. If I get rich on this DAX, you're gonna know. I'm talking about the city workers, about how you call it? Of the officers. Of the officers of the German state. So what do you think now? Is it going to fall down? Is it going to what? Never know. It's not in a right place to enter anything, unfortunately. I would be happy to find a German 40 my favorite trading pair or trading asset. I'm really impatient already to make some money on trading. Look, similarities, German 40 and gold. Because if you invest in Germany, it's like you invest in gold. This country is the best in the world. So trades flat amid subdued domestic demand. Don't even know what it means. So, gold, very similar to commodity called US oil. At least some similarities, particularly in the last couple weeks. On a 4-hour time frame, there was a bounce from that level. No bounce on a US oil, but a bounce on gold. Let's switch to 15 minutes. Let's switch to 4-hour again. Is there some risk? Yes. The risk of being wrong. You can be wrong, you know, you can always be wrong, right? I'm wrong very frequently, not just in trading. I made many bad decisions, but I'm still alive until I'm not. I would wait for at least some correction, no? And I would measure it like that, and then I would enter on gold, and I would enter long. Why long? Similarly to Bitcoin, like, listen, this is not a good place to be. Like, when the market forces you to look at the 15 minutes time frame, to find your trades, because there is nothing attractive on a 1 hour. Damn. Okay. I have to listen to this message. Wait a moment. I hate to have friends. Luckily, I don't have many. Okay, I'm going to continue my live stream. And I'm gonna my live stream. This is just a recording, you know, but probably it's probably better for the views to have a recording and then edit it a little bit. But I'm lazy. I prefer to do a live stream, you know. So let's look at 15 minutes and Bitcoin at 15 minutes. Why would you know, or would I know, that the price has stabilized? I'm sorry. I shouldn't be probably answering that person. Oh, I did that. Shouldn't be calling. Shouldn't be calling a strangers honey, or you know, give the titles like that to strangers. Um, okay, let's quickly go on gold. We spoke about it. Silver looks very similarly the same, pattern of bottom or of the top, if you like. And the question, is it going to continue or is it going to be just a retracement towards 61.8? What is this? No, it's when you have a thing like that, it's difficult to decide whether, no, by the basic rule of trading, you have 61.8. It should probably be like that it's going to reverse, but it doesn't have to do that. I don't know. No, I learned one thing in my life, that I never should be happy, too happy. It's a stupidity to be like overly optimistic over something, but this is tricky, because it can make you even depressive. Because if you are prepared for the worst all the time, then you are not simply enjoying your life. And if you are enjoying your life too much, and too many bad things happen, then it can bring you so much to the ground. You have no idea. And probably many people know what I'm talking about. It's not something that I'm experiencing. UK 100, 15 minutes. So I probably should be looking more at this 15 minutes charts, because I'm not really looking at 15 minutes. When I have a 15-minute chart and scroll it like this, then it's, yeah, one candle has 15 minutes, but I don't see one candle over there. I see some glued together candles. So really, it doesn't matter. And right now, every recording like this is for me like a trading journal. And I could rewatch it. I do not do it, although I should, because this is a way how I could improve. And every losing trade is also the way how I improve. But don't forget, we are fighting against the machines, algorithms, and they are designed to spook you out. And it is too little to simply focus on what makes you lose a trade, because you also have to know what makes you win the trade. But look at this, UK 100. One reaction from 29.2, and then this whole structure is simply consolidation after this point. Let's read the structure of consolidation in UK 100. 50, 61.8. I'm sorry, I'm always like this. I'm always like this. I feel like possessed by some thought, and then I have to laugh at it because it doesn't want to go away until I do something about it. And this is how I end up losing my marriage, losing my money, losing my job. This is how it goes. You know, I like make money, but I don't give a fuck if I have a lot of it or not. And I don't have a lot of it. I shouldn't be having more, but it's also like no pressure. But what else can I do in life? There are some things I can do, and I'm gonna do all of it if I manage to stay alive. Which there shouldn't be a problem to stay alive if there is no another pandemic going on. Okay. Wait, I focus again on something else, but from what I can see, you see that as well? This is some nice 29.2 setup, possibly some reaction. I'm gonna go short on this one. Of course, I'm gonna go 15 minutes, this candle, short on UK 100. What do you guys think? I have to post it. I have to post it on my forum. Indices. On the forum that I'm member of. So indices. UK 100 short. Brutus right now is live on London session. I'm gonna probably break this live stream or enter to his live stream right now. Yeah, I'm gonna listen in.
8-hour candle is a hammer.
Unmute. Is he doing something? I hope my mic is not. I hope my mic is muted.
Interesting.
Oh, I know what is happening. The voice on my side has turned off.
I'm just trying to get a good read on bullish strength. It's a bit ambiguous here in this current price level.
Okay. You can listen to Brutus for some.
It does ultimately appear to be holding support though.
What do you think? What's
15 minutes until we get a closure. The closure will help to make the final decision. It's possible now that I wait for a 4-hour closure. Yeah, GU 1 hour is making a hammer candle.
He's probably not going to answer
It is
this.
starting to pull back a bit more than I would like
I
to see, and
wasn't-
I'm just
I wasn't in
convinced
touch
yet
with
with the dollar
him,
index.
with the community for a while. You cannot see the screen
4-hour closure, I think, is
of
looking to be
Discord.
more sensible. Oh, that also closes in 15 minutes. Whilst the hourly is a hammer, I can't confidently short it. It's possible it needs to retrace slightly more or interact with the trend line again, but this current hourly candle is showing some upwards support there, forming as a hammer.
Damn, I like Brutus a lot. He's having really good
Well,
mindset.
it appears that we will hold off on these entries as we get closer to the candle closure. Did look pretty different like 15 minutes ago. EU as well is leaving behind quite a strong wick. Yeah, USD CHF getting sold down a bit as well. Trade executions. Yeah, I send my analysis into the relevant channels. Yeah, on Telegram and on the Discord as well. We don't have any high impact news. Red folder catalysts left for today. The next one will be red folder CPI news for the pound, 7 a.m. tomorrow. And then FOMC in the evening. That's going to be a big one for the US dollar here. I've also prepared the New York brief, the document here, which will provide an update both of the market developments, fundamental related, and geopolitics. Yesterday, the markets were pricing in the peace. The S&P had its best 3-day run in 13 months. Oil was at a 2-month low, and records from Tokyo to New York. Today, the market is reading the fine print of the agreement. The deal has been signed, but only online or digitally, and the text still hasn't been released. Both of the capitals, Washington and Tehran, say a permanent truce is still being negotiated. Iran says a lasting settlement has yet to take shape. The Bank of Japan hiked overnight to a 31-year high. Gold's climbing again, and the 30-year yield on US bonds is still around 5%, which is
Brutus run in the background,
for the long-term perspective.
but I'm gonna continue my analysis anyway for my live stream.
Signing was signed on Monday by Trump and Vice President Vance. The formal signing is still set for Friday in Switzerland, with mediators meeting in Doha this week to prepare. But the text hasn't yet been published.
Like, possibly this could be good setup to, like, in my opinion.
Permanent truce is still being worked out, so we can see the discrepancy between the market pricing in complete optimism, whereas the reality is that this is all still very much in the air.
GBP
The biggest
USD.
risk premium in markets is coming out, just not
So
slowly.
he was looking at GBP USD potentially wanting to short it, which is funny because I saw as he wants to long it.
A significant way. The 30-year yield is at 4.96%. high since 2007. 2007 was the warm-up or the prelude to 2008. Great
Not so long ago.
bonds very high. It's
Probably, you know, listening to two people at the same time is quite annoying. So I'm gonna make this muted.
Bond yield
Muted. Simply muted.
5% the high 2007. So
And you're gonna only hear my microphone.
Pricing the same level of optimism. So in terms of what's actually been agreed, it's a framework, it's only part signed. Trump and Vice President Vance signed the memorandum on Monday. So in Switzerland on Friday.
Oh, GBP USD. The reason I wanted to short it is known.
Bond market.
It's because of this distorted 61.8, right?
I think that's really the key indication for the long term.
But
30-year has given back barely a basis point.
Brutus said
Right where it was before the deal. The long bond isn't treating any of this as something that brings inflation down. So now the probabilities that the brief is calculating does lean towards de-escalation. It seems that the agreement that we're getting is more substantial and real than it's been in the past. So we now have 55% at the deal getting formally signed on Friday. The blockade stays lifted. Escorted traffic picks up through the strait and it should point
GBP JPY.
If we see this, oil will continue to fall toward the pre-war $70 level.
13 minutes, 15 minutes.
The deal breaker, this is primarily about Israel.
So if 4 hour,
Because
if 4 hour is my
keep attacking southern
basis,
they are currently invading southern.
then it gives me uncertainty.
And Lebanon is one of the red lines.
Right? Uncertainty.
Continue to attack them.
What about 15 minutes? In this uncertainty, if we scan it.
The Bank of Japan raised rates this morning to a 31-year high.
We have 161.8.
Energy-driven inflation.
You probably can hear the Brutus on the microphone, on my microphone, because it's a good microphone, so it's catching up everything.
We have a nice graphic of the Persian Gulf from Strait of Hormuz. They're currently, well, supposedly those additional vessels in the area are mine clearance.
61.8.
I was saying over the last few days that it looks like a concentration of assets ready for some kind of strike, but it seems that that's mainly mine clearance. Mines in the Strait of Hormuz. We've been following most of this.
GBP and ZD. Nothing. GBP card. Nothing.
It's a framework, not a peace. Israel is the wild card. The agreement, it doesn't appear to bind Israel, and Israel still hasn't commented on the deal. It's been following Lebanon since then. Trump is openly at odds with Netanyahu. He called him a very difficult guy. Said the Lebanon strike should not disrupt the process.
I should be probably investing in better webcam, because it's pretty damn like 15 euro webcam that I have.
Range. So the desk is moving towards a lower bearish one.
But I'm not speaking with many people online, so.
Also puts a spanner in the works when it comes to the trades we were just about to take. It doesn't look like the confirmation is coming in convincingly enough here.
GBP CHF.
Yeah, both on GU and USD CHF.
GBP CHF.
Okay.
This is something nice.
As it stands, I will be waiting for an additional candle on both of these pairs before executing anything, but GBP USD and USD CHF remain the most interesting setups for today. There's also this GBP CHF long now that price is broken out in line with the USD CHF long if that starts to give confirmations. I was hoping to get a 4-hour closure, revealed a bit more about where the market wants to go, but the 4 hours closing at the same time here is 2-hour, so I think we'll have to wait for another one to form. Any comments? Any other markets you're looking at? Are you in trades at the moment? CHF. Yeah, so this was the trade from the morning stream. As I just pointed out, once the price closes above this 1.066, it's going to be a very strong support level, and then GBP CHF is likely to go bullish from here. I'm not entirely convinced this is Trump says Iran will never have a nuclear weapon deal and criticizes Israel and Lebanon. Iran did not have a nuclear weapon before. Kyoko, it's good to hear from you as well. Searching for the trades too. Sounds good. Nice to hear from you. I hope everything is well.
Yeah, sure.
Investors have transited out of the Strait of Hormuz since the deal announced. Qatar cautiously optimistic over the agreement between US and Iran. Oil prices fall further as investors show cautious optimism. Yeah, it seems to be actually playing out. This after 3 months of an imminent peace deal, this one seems to be taking shape. I think if they let it happen any longer, the effects to the global economy are just going to be too catastrophic. I think it's still going to be pretty bad. Yeah, any longer.
GBP CHF, so he said about GBP CHF.
I understand they still have to demine straight flow normalize anytime.
Kyoko. This nickname, Kyoko, I don't like it particularly. This is a nickname that my wife gave me, my ex-wife gave me. I shouldn't probably be using that, but I actually don't mind. I don't mind.
This might be important, slightly older news. Otherwise, that's completely disregarded. Please leave the file.
Okay. GBP AUD, something.
Okay. We will not execute on these positions just yet. We'll be waiting for the next closures on them to see
You know what? I think I'm gonna do the same as Brutus. THFJPY. Yes. He's looking at news, and I'm not. I'm not studying the news as dramatically as he does. But those guys, you know, they know what they're doing, and then the impact of news is important. Yeah. What do you guys think of it? Okay, another scammer. Okay, let's focus, you know, because I have to call someone just in a second. CHFJPY, CAT JPY, NZD, USD. USD JPY, USD CHF. AUD USD. As I said, AUD USD. I said AUD USD or GBP AUD? GBP AUD. Okay, AUD USD looks better. It looks better for a possible long. Oh jeez, it's so stressful. The current week is quite stressful, but I'm not feeling the stress. I am waiting for some important decisions of some very, very important people. And then I'm gonna know what I'm gonna do in the next years. So basically, I should be trusting my system, right? And if I do trust my system, then it means that this is going to be a short, not a long. Short? Why short? Short because it's distorted 61.8, as you can see. And we can also look at the immediate fib, which is this one. And then we have engulfing candle, and of course, the opposite candle. Okay, so this is looking nice. Oh no, so many pairs, you know. I really have to visualize all the pairs as some sexy lady. Otherwise, I'm not going to be interested in trading that much because you can change the color of that setup, but you have to have some motivation. This market is not paying me money. I'm only paying the money to the market. Okay, so this is the opposite of that one. This is a good opportunity to analyze stuff. Yeah, it can continue falling down. I mean, going up and then falling down. So I do have two similar analysis on that one. But as you can see, it's this retracement is a 50, which can be like this can be too early for this entry because it can fall lower. But structurally, we have this. Why there's no volume up there? Something wrong with the volume. Like structurally, this 50 is together with a blue moving average and with previous structure. So this is a strong entry. This is a strong entry. If I'm not gonna find anything else. It looks untradeable to me. Euro USD. Euro JPY. I don't know. Similar pattern as you can see. It's reversed fib. Euro CAD. Canadian dollar. Euro CHF. Look, Euro NZD and Euro USD. Those are similar. And these two are similar. But there are some differences. Like clearly Euro NZD wants to go higher. And Euro USD, I have a feeling like it wants to go lower. Feeling. I have a feeling. Can't be sure. That's the basic fib. Ah, sorry. I really don't like a situation like this. No? Makes me think that my stop loss placement is completely wrong. Perhaps if I'm gonna increase stop loss placement so that I'm gonna more frequently enter one-to-ones, then it's not going to be very bad thing for my trading. But look, if I set it in alliance to the previous structure, or at least some kind of unquote VWAP. No, VWAP. No, it wouldn't fit. It wouldn't fit. So only previous structure. Or a Bollinger Band. But I don't have it. Yeah, doesn't matter. I'm getting hungry. I'm feeling hungry. And I haven't found anything other than AUD USD. And I'm probably gonna enter that, but if I remember correctly, I was having really bad ratio on AUD USD. Most of my trades on AUD USD were unsuccessful because I have a weakness for Australian women, you know. AUD USD. AUD USD. So I'm betting that we're gonna get less dollars for one Australian dollar. So I'm betting on a weakness of Australian dollar. But if I have a weakness towards Australian women, then I should bet longs on US on AUD USD. Because this way I'm playing along with my nature. But I'm gonna go short in this case anyway. Yeah, let's go short. We had engulfing candle. Let's go short. AUD USD. Let's do it. AUD USD. And the next live stream or whatever this is, I might do on my MetaTrader. Stop level. Profit level. Okay, and this is seller market. Okay, I did it. Thank you for watching. I entered AUD USD, although just the only reason for that was distorted 61.8, but as well this whole flip is also distorted, so I give it like 50-50 chance to succeed. I hope it's going to go well. Thank you for watching and see you in the next video of mine. Not necessarily related to trading. See you soon. But it's going to be related to trading as well. I have a feeling it's going to be. So, bye.